Hey, good morning everybody, it's Mike, and thanks for jumping on here with me this morning. Let's talk about your money for just a few minutes, okay? So as small business owners, you and me, we face unique challenges in accumulating retirement savings. And I know some of you are going, retirement savings? I'm worried about paying bills this month. Yeah, well, I'm worried about that for you, and I'm also worried about your long-term financial health. So accumulating retirement savings as a real estate agent. So how do we do this? Because it's a little bit different for us than it is our little corporate friends, right? We don't have built-in 401k options available like our little corporate buddies do. Instead, you and I have to select from a complex menu of tax-advantaged accounts of our own, right? Well, here, I'm just going to give you 3 real easy ways to do this. Real easy. No, it's not real easy, but I'm going to give you 3 different ways. Okay, you ready? A traditional IRA. It's an excellent way for retirement planning. It may not be a lot, but consistent investing is essential to building strong financial habits. It's just like the rest of our business, right? It's the little bitty things we do every day, not the big things. The little bitty consistent actions that we take, and your retirement savings is much the same way. Especially at the earliest point in your career. Some of you are very young or very young in your careers. I just can't tell you how important this is. If you're familiar with the radio personality Dave Ramsey, Dave says this, that if you start saving $100 a month from the time you're 25, you would be a millionaire by the time you were 60. Just off of that. Compound interest is that powerful. And the earlier agents can start accumulating retirement assets, the more growth they'll experience over their careers. A traditional IRA is the simplest account to set up, and it allows real estate agents to contribute up to $6,000 a year. If you're over 50, you can contribute $7,000 a year. The contributions will likely be tax deductible and therefore lowering your tax obligation each year. But this is where I give you a little disclaimer, right? I'm not your CPA, and I'm not your certified financial advisor. I'm your real estate broker. These are guidelines. You should absolutely consult with a tax professional because your personal situation might be different. If eligible for an IRA contribution, if you're eligible, that deduction should lower your tax obligation significantly each year. How about another retirement option, savings vehicle? Let's talk about a SEP IRA. And when we talk about a SEP IRA, that's spelled S-E-P, okay, IRA. A SEP IRA allows real estate agents to contribute much more, up to 25% of their income, or $61,000. Either way, whichever is less. Okay, the contributions are tax deductible and they'll help lower the agent's taxable income. Make sense? Okay, this is especially beneficial for real estate agents who are starting to climb up into a higher tax bracket. Right? These are strategies to save for retirement and lower your tax obligation each year. The way the tax savings are calculated depends on the marginal income tax bracket that an agent falls into, and that means the higher the GCI, your gross commission income, the higher the tax bracket, and the higher the tax impact a retirement contribution will make. Make sense? Right, that's for a SEP IRA. As your business continues to grow, planning becomes a bigger and bigger issue. Some of you are taxes, your tax obligation this year might be your single biggest financial issue. I know that it became one for me where it felt like I was living my life around my income tax situation. And most of the financial strategies in my life became geared towards, yes, retirement, long-term savings, but how can I effectively lower the amount of money that I have to pay the IRS each year? In an effort to combat the tax situation, a pretty common tax planning strategy that agents can implement is to making an S-Corp election with their limited liability corporation, LLC. This is where you'll hear agents talk about, oh, you should incorporate your business, form an LLC. Well, do I need to be a Chapter S, a subchapter? What Chapter C? What kind of corporation do I have to be? Well, in order to get the tax savings, which is what they're talking about, you become an LLC, and then you elect, and your accountant will guide you through this. You have to be aware of it. You don't have to be the expert on it, okay? You elect to file your tax returns as an S-Corp. While this can be a pretty good move from a tax planning perspective, it can also significantly limit the retirement savings an agent if they're still relying on a SEP IRA. So this is where, when you start doing this, you really need a CPA to sit with you and guide you, because while it's going to benefit you in one way, it's going to limit you in another. And depending on your income and your age, will guide you through that decision-making process. But in this scenario where you've incorporated your business, a solo 401k account is a pretty good option for retirement planning. A solo 401k allows the agent to contribute up to $61,000 a year, $67,000 if you're over 50, and the contributions are tax deductible. While limits are pretty much the same as with a SEP IRA, the big difference from a SEP IRA is that real estate agents can make contributions as both the employee and the employer, which will more than likely result in higher contribution limits and much more tax savings. Now look, I know this isn't one of the sexier calls we've had. I know this isn't getting everybody starting doing jumping jacks and getting all fired up, but managing your money is an important aspect of your business. Minimizing your tax obligation, unless you're the person that says, no, I love paying taxes. For most of us, it's, look, I need to honor my responsibility as a citizen. I need to obey the law. And I need to take advantage of the rules as much as I can to benefit me. There's nothing wrong with that. These are 3 different ways of saving for the future and minimizing your tax obligation today. If you want to talk about them in more detail, this is part of my personal coaching program. I'm glad to sit with you. I'm not your financial advisor and I'm not your CPA, but I can sit and speak with you from somebody who's been there and done that and roughly give you some guidelines and principles to think about. Because the way we save is different than the way people with real jobs save. And it's another step towards going out there and making it happen for ourselves today.